In order to potentially solve the long, intractable Israeli-Palestinian conflict, I suggest a mechanism that is an alternative to the leaders-based negotiation that have been used predominantly in this conflict. I propose a democratic mechanism, a democratic deliberative mechanism, whereby representative statistical samples of both populations will be selected, about 1,000 people from every side, and proposals for future scenarios will be invited from everybody who wants to contribute them. Those proposals will be presented to the two samples, and the members of the samples will give feedback to these proposals, both textual feedback and a rating. Ratings of Israelis and Palestinians will be combined to form an Israeli preference order among all the options, including the status quo, and the Palestinians' preferences will also be combined in order to form the Palestinian preference orders, including the status quo. Each option will receive the minimum rating that it got on both sides, and the results of the feedback from each round will be fed back to the proposal, to the proposers of the proposals, who would improve the proposals in order to improve the ratings. This will go on for as long as needed, probably 6 months, maybe even a year, until all the elasticity options will be exhausted. So we will continue until such point as there is no further improvement in the rating of the leading scenarios. At the end, we will be in one of two situations. Either we have 1, 2, 3, 5 future scenarios that are preferred over the status quo, which is a good termination, or we will reach the set conclusion that currently there is no way to ripen both public opinions to the point where they agree to prefer any single scenario over the status quo. If it's the second outcome, then the conclusions are perhaps bleak, but they mean that the conflict needs to be managed rather than solved, or it needs to be solved by a forceful solution. However, if we did arrive at future scenarios that have the considered support of both populations, then those proposals can be further chosen among by referendum on both sides, or alternatively proposed to the political and international system as pre-approved proposals that carry with them the legitimacy and support of both public opinions, so that once they are implemented, they will have grassroots, strong and stable democratic support.